Hey guys, this is the Canadian Baconer, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about some things that I want to see in the next Battlefield game. Now overall, I think Battlefield 4 is a really fun game, but there are a lot of things that I would like to see changed, and I feel like as of right now, the game is just too old to be changing a crazy amount of mechanics. Now, I think the game's roughly 3 years old, and no one plays Hardline anymore, so the best option would be to release a new Battlefield game entirely. Now I can only assume that the next Battlefield game will be released within a couple of months, so stay tuned for trailers and all that stuff, but I really want to see some things change for the next Battlefield title, assuming it's called Battlefield 5. Now first off, I want to tell you guys what kind of game I want to see. I want to see a more near future style Battlefield game compared to something like the modern day or, World War II or something like that. People do want to see World War II, but in reality, you would think it would be fun, but when you really get into it, you're dealing with a limited amount of weapons as well as attachment and customization overall. There are only so many things you can have for a World War II style game, and I think as of right now, people would basically be deterred because they'd be so used to having a crazy amount of weapons to use like we had in Battlefield 4, and I would even say Battlefield Hardline as well. We have a crazy amount of gadgets, weapons, and vehicles to use, and I don't feel like we'd have too many options going back to World War II. Now, like I said before, I do want to see a more near future style game, somewhat similar to like Advanced Warfare or even Black Ops 3, because, those games are really awesome. They had a great premise overall. I don't feel like they were executed very well in the multiplayer, but I feel like that would be the route to go down for the next Battlefield game. Now, I'm not saying we need jetpacks or lasers, but I want to feel like we're in the new era of weaponry. Like, even with the Final Stand DLC for Battlefield 4, it gave us a crazy amount of new weapons, gadgets, and vehicles to use within the new maps. It really felt like you were in the future, and I want to see that be transferred over to the next Battlefield game. The closest example would probably be something like The Division, but even then, that is kind of a little bit too futuristic for my taste, but maybe if they tone that style down a little bit and put that into the next Battlefield game, that would be a great option. Now, another thing that I want to talk about is the competitive side of Battlefield, because for the last two games, Battlefield 4 and BF Hardline, we have had no competitive standing whatsoever. Even with the Diffuse game mode, which is basically like Search and Destroy, didn't give us a really good grasp of what the competitive side of Battlefield 4 could have been. Now, to be fair, BF4 is really not optimized to be a really competitive, snappy shooter. It's more set on like a large-scale 64-player style. I don't know what they could do, maybe like have a completely separate category within multiplayer called competitive and have people play that, but even there, they have to really optimize or make Battlefield 4 seem more competitive. Now, I don't know how they could do this, maybe make everything a little bit more snappy or reduce the time to kill, but they do need to do something to the competitive side of Battlefield if they wanted to succeed on something like Twitch or esports. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my thoughts on what I think the next Battlefield game should be like. Feel free to leave your comments down below in the comment section. I really want to know what you guys think about the next Battlefield game or what it could be, assuming it's called Battlefield 5. Do you want to see a more realistic, nitty-gritty World War II style game, a modern military shooter, or a near future game like I talked about in this video? Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for checking out this video as always, and this has been the Canadian Baconer. Stay crispy, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.